Soul's Journey. Ivory's Raw Tarot. Man, y'all got one more day. Day what? Thursday? Mm, okay. Then you'll be at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Have your weekend all to yourself. I'm sure some of y'all got plans, got things you want to do, all of that good stuff. But we'll give it a couple minutes here to see who's available at lunchtime. For some, it's still lunchtime. Some of y'all already have been to lunch if you're at work. Some of y'all going to lunch now. And some of y'all eating lunch at home because you working at home. We'll see. Sure, and what's going on, Anna? What's going on? Hey, I know y'all notice that there is no um, title in this video, but I'm gonna try something out again and see if it works, because there are so many things happening. How can I put this here? There are so many things happening that in reality, in 3D, they're what I call conscious deja vus, meaning that anytime you experience a deja vu, you basically really in the 3D just catching up with something that already took place. So if you're just now catching up with something that already took place, and it's called deja vu, you have to realize, folks, that a large portion of your day, every single day, is spent broken up, like, if I could say three, it could be more, could be less, whatever, but three. One, the simulation. And what I call the simulation is religion, politics, and social structure. Religion, politics, and social structure. Because it's within those three that you're going to fall somewhere. That in itself is going to put you in a place of you're going to be catching up with things that already happened years later. Let me get my water. You'll be catching up with things that already happened years later. You're not behind time. You're behind consciousness. Because the universe, or the spiritual realm, if you will, does not calculate time. That's why they can have interstellar objects to come from other galaxies, other universes. Millions of years it's been traveling in this direction. A lot of objects, not to mention in the future, but and they can't figure it out. It defies all of the laws of physics. It defies all of their laws of thought from a simulation standpoint. Okay. Now, that's one third. Another third is the majority of your day, a third of your day at least, you're basically reliving past life events. Yep. You're just in a different body. just in a different avatar, just at a different state of consciousness, or what I call conscious evolution. And so you're experiencing things, you're meeting people that it seems like you meet them today. I'm not just talking about being in relationships, folks. That too, but I'm not just talking about that. But you meet somebody today and you can tell instantly, both of you can tell instantly that, man, seems like we've been knowing each other a lifetime. It can be just casual conversation, crossing paths in public. You're going to have a lot of that, whether it's at work, whether it's in your social structure, whether it's in your religious setting. You're going to cross paths with people that you're going to have familiar souls, familiar experiences. Okay. The other third is you have a group of people who know, not believe, who know that because they, how do I know they know? Because we've evolved to a higher level of conscious awareness that we have the ability to feel, to sense things, to see things, to smell things, to taste things. All right. But that other one that most people don't utilize is their sixth sense of thought. THOTH, where you get the original word, but it's THOUGHT is what you call it. So when a third of your day, your thoughts are being controlled by the simulation, you call it the matrix. I just say simulation, it's the fucking program. And but that one third of us, we're seeing things in the future in real time now. So we don't have these deja vu experiences. For in other words, there are things that's happening right now. I don't make predictions or do forecasts, right? But there are things, folks, I'm gonna have to be honest with you, that are happening right now that not only I foresee, I forespoke of over 30 years ago. In recent years, there are things that I spoke of, that I saw, and it's like you're not getting the source from. I'm picking up this book and I'm picking up papers and notes and research and no, it's so when you tell him what you see and it happens, that one third of us, you're the most, you're the greatest threat to the simulation. You're the greatest threat to the matrix, the system. You're the greatest threat to religion because what you're saying defies, just like 3 Eye Atlas. What you're saying defies everything that they are spewing out. I'm going to say this here. When I was sharing with y'all about 3 world leaders, um, if you come in here just for tarot, you're not gonna get just cards. That's just a minute portion of my gift that I share. That's entertainment online. In person is real. But anyway, well, we might flip a couple of cards. But hold on, listen, folks. You're a threat, huge threat. Because if I sit here and share 3 world leaders with my mouth, one gonna be assassinated, one forced to be forced out of office or resign, and then one died tragically. Now, I don't have the time to go back through those videos, and y'all can pull it up. You can find out. You can know the receipts, as y'all call it, is there. That wasn't nothing. I was just sharing something that I saw in the moment. Then when I tell y'all, 30 days later, a world leader was going to die tragically, and then you find the president and the leader of Iran, prime minister, die tragically on the 30th day. That's just because that's what I saw at the moment. Now, let me say this here. I'm not the only one. A lot of y'all are seeing things, but it's scaring you. Whether it's coming by way of your dream, while you're meditating, or while you just walking around in your everyday life. It's not that your mind is wandering. It's just that the soul, being the eyes, is taking you on a journey, showing you some shit that nobody else is seeing, nobody else is hearing, nobody else is feeling, nobody else is thinking. You're a threat. We're about to enter into a realm of consciousness that to some, from a religious standpoint, is the equivalence of a scripture. That's something like how when it says God in the last days is going to pour out his spirit on all flesh. Your old mans are going to have dreams, and your younger men are going to see visions. Now, if you take that at his word, pound for pound, and literally take that, then that has already happened based on the author who wrote it. The author who wrote it was not living when it was written. That's the simulation. There's a difference between spirit and ghost. So people who are feeling like now God is pouring out the Holy Ghost, if you will. It didn't just say on Christians. If it did say what it said, it means what it said. It said in the last days. Now, when are the last days? In the last days, God is going to pour out his spirit on all flesh. It didn't just say Christians, Muslims. So this has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with a ghost. This has to do with the whole world, if you will, going through a spiritual evolution. You're going to see shit, and it's going to shock the shit out of you. Whether it be in the sky, whether it be around you, in your environment, your social structure, your clique, your family, or what have you. But you're going to start seeing some shit. You're going to start hearing things. I'm not talking about online. Every 24 hours, you unplug from AI, the Matrix, a day. You gain, listen to me, you gain 360 hours of preserved consciousness, meaning that you are able, let's say if I'm not on social media, I'm not watching no fucking TV, I'm not doing none of this, right? I'm just in thought. For just 1 hour a day, I will acquire 360 hours of stored creative thought. That's gonna put me in a state of consciousness that I can see shit. Let me tell you something. I used to tell people in live video, hey y'all, Go outside. Hold on. Sure, Ann. There she go. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all something. I got a receipt here. Hold on. Where it at? Just give me a second. I got a receipt here. Okay. Say, for instance, like the moderator, Sure Ann. Years ago, I used to be live on Instagram and Facebook. And I would tell people, hey, y'all, hey, go outside. I don't know where your ass at. Just go outside. I want y'all to look up in the sky. And I don't even just have to try to convince people. And this is how people started following me by the Drulos. And I would tell them, go outside, look up in the sky. What y'all see? And people would go outside in the middle of the line. Damn, it's two moons out there. It's two moons. I ain't had to tell them what the fuck was out there, what they saw in the sky. They told the lie. I said, you sure it's two moons or is it just one? Ivory, it's two moons. Now they telling people on the news now, it's two moons. Now y'all believe propaganda. But someone that saw this shit 30 years ago, then you get blocked. Now all of a sudden everybody talking about two moons. That's a beautiful thing. That means what? You've evolved. Now you see what a lot of us, 1/3 of us, was seeing for years. I will go outside and say, hey y'all, go outside. It's daylight. Look up in the sky. Look toward the sun. I ain't gotta tell them that. Just look up in the sky. What you see? They see two suns. I remember driving around. Somebody just said Queen Empress, and I would share with people, explaining to people what nanoparticles mean or what RF means, which is radio frequencies. Okay? And how that the RF radio frequencies or radiation frequencies in the telecommunication industry. I remember being part of the infrastructure layout of a lot of this fiber shit and a lot of this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I would drive around and I would go to a building or a house vacant and go to the back and I would show them what looks like a two-way splitter. And at the end of the splitter, it has what is called the input, the coaxial, where you screw in the coax. It had a lot of fungus around it. And this fungus is called ingress. Now, this ingress is called in that industry radiation leakage or signal leakage. Listen to me good. So that's why you would get frying on your TV if you had cable. And all you had to do is when a technician come out, the first thing they was gonna do, they won't even look at your TV. They're gonna go down. They're gonna go outside. They're gonna look up their utility pole, and if they see fungus around that splitter or fungus in your cable line, ingress, radiation leakage, they gotta change that line. They gotta change that splitter. Put you a new ground block there, right? That's blocking it. But all over the years, this radiation leakage is leaking. So when they come out with this here, Not when I ain't gonna even go there because I don't want to get in no trouble. Listen. So when we start having problems with this pandemic bullshit, okay, the way I did a video and I said Corona. The video was entitled "Coronavirus Go Airborne." This is before the news was talking about it going airborne. This is before the news changed the name. This is after I've shared it 3 years ago. I says, look, nanoparticles, type 2 protein, um, it is lab created. So if the virus is released, quote unquote, in the atmosphere, these nanoparticles, signals, that's why they didn't want to tell you what was in the shit. So when it went airborne, now you got people, the aftermath. Like I was sharing with people, 6 months to 18 months after you, quote unquote, you know, with your rights, you go and you take the jab. 6 months to 18 months later, your body was going to go through a transformation because you got a type 2 protein that's been altered, that's been altered to a point to where, and I'm not reading no books, I'm not watching no TV, I'm not going to, I'm just telling y'all what I saw then. So I shared it. So like the sister said, yeah, outside, and I would take y'all and take the people and show them the splitter, show them the ingress, show them the RF leakage or the radiation leakage, um, explain to them what ingress and egress is. So when something, and this is particles in your air, like the sister says, in your water, it's in your food. And then now, 6 months to 18 months later, people start experiencing all these here things in their body. They can't explain it from a neurological standpoint all the way down to a digestive system, the whole nine. And then you start getting healthy people getting clotted up. You start having healthy people start having heart issues all of a sudden. You start having all of these things. It's a mixture of things. Now, to move on back to the subject, that's not titled. So those three groups of people. Whichever group you're a part of, if you're part of that third group, to whereas you've evolved to a higher level of consciousness, meaning that a higher level of state of awareness, whatever, meaning that you know something is not right. That's the first thing. You know something is not right. You know something don't add up. Those are like little bits and pieces of a mind evolving by way of consciousness. So when you start saying things like, man, it's just something that's about to happen, or it's just something that's going to go down, or it's something that they're hiding. Now the mind is intelligent enough because you're only using one hemisphere of the side of the brain for most of us. And that other 97% lie dormant. Don't even touch it. Genius. But now we're trying to figure out how aliens can fly spacecraft and shit and do all kind of maneuvers. It's because they're on this other side, that 97%. Anyway, so once you start eating away, meaning that you tapping into that 97%, of your brain that you don't even use. Because when you decease, when you transition, the program, the program here stops because you no longer interacting in this three-dimensional realm physically. So the program here stops. Everything else continues. Most people are not going to quote unquote spiritually evolve or wake up until after they transition. Because they, in other words, the Nubians, the Comedians, you call them Egyptians today, the Kemet, the Egyptians or what have you, the ancients, and the Sumerians, not the Sumerians, but the Nubians. Okay, when they prepared the body, embalmed, you call it modern day, you call it embalmed or mummified. When they was preparing the body, one of the main organs they took out, and that organ was the brain. But the heart they left in. Because you're going to be deprogrammed, meaning that what you remember here in the 3D is not even really, it's not so much it's not relevant or it's irrelevant. It's just that that program no longer is needed. Now, the other 97% of your conscious existence of connecting you to the universe, your soul, and all of this, it's now back to its programming. Programming meaning that it unlocks that other 97%. Now, you'll look back at that old program in the physical. And that's when you realize, damn, that was me. Damn, I believe that. Damn, I went along with this because now you're connected to your source, which spans several lifetimes, folks. Now this soul can say, okay, Ivory, that's what you did the last lifetime. This is what you did the lifetime before that. Ain't no God up here showing me nothing. This is my soul in the universe. Etched into consciousness. Okay. So this is what you did, Ivory. Here's what your soul agreed to doing in that life expectancy, in that lifespan. And then when I'm seeing it, it's like, damn, it's totally different than what I was doing. So I'm like, okay, so show me more. I couldn't, there's no time to be fear. You're going to be stuck in the simulation, the matrix. Fear. You're going to be stuck in religion. Fear. You're going to be stuck in some kind of social structure. That this is what determines. This is your validation. When you come out of this validation shit in politics and religion and social structure, oh, I'm an alpha, I'm a kappa, I'm a omega, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Methodist, I'm a Presbyterian, I'm a Muslim. Okay, you can stay there. Your ass is going to forever be on the 3% of your brain. You ain't going to never know nothing but that. I was born a Baptist, I'm a die Baptist. Okay, stay your ass right there, because when you do die, in your soul that still exists, it ain't in no heaven, it ain't in no hell, it ain't in the ground. Your soul, your spirit awakens back to its origin. And you see you. You're going to be like, oh my fucking God. It was me all along. You'll see relationships with family, friends, and lovers and shit, and you'll be like, oh my fucking God. So this person was against me. Oh my fucking God. That was my daddy. Oh my fucking God. Nobody was coming back to get us in the sky. Then the ancient ones before you who have shared your body began to show you things. And I wasn't scared. This happened to me years ago. When I walked out of that pulpit in 1999, the last 5 years, I proved to self. I had my little bucket list of things. If I can prove this here, I need to prove this here is real or not, fact or fiction. I had 7. And the outcome was lied to and bamboozled under spell. But when you realize in this lifetime, folks, and you start seeing, the mind can see anything you want it to see. When you start doing that, you don't have to wait until you die. You can see shit right now. Any religion that tells you you have to die before you can get to go to paradise, enjoy good life, or go to hell, you need to walk away from that religion. That's a spell. That's a program. That's a simulation. That's the matrix. Don't nobody know. They can't tell you. They won't tell you they can. They won't tell y'all the truth about a lot of these gods. Because if they did, you're going to what? Walk the fuck away. You're going to be what? Become consciously awakened, consciously aware that you've been lied to. And you don't have to wait until you die. That's why when your quote unquote your loved ones, family, friends, and husbands, wives, and lovers, they die, right? You know, they ain't coming back to tell you shit. You got to go to them. You want to know? Call them up. That's what I do. I asked my pops specifically, Pops, while he was transitioning. I can show you the video that I ain't never shared. Me and Pops going through his transformation in the hospital. ICU. Beautiful shit. Vitals, he's still here. Consciously, he's gone. He was like, Seal, man, look, you was right. I don't feel nothing, man. We talking telepathically like aliens and shit. He says, man, just like you were saying in them videos, we can call it whatever we want to call it, folks. But when I'm communicating with someone who has transitioned into the afterlife, and I'm still solidly with frequency hearing him talk, I'm good. I'm good. I remember him telling me, man, I feel so good. And me just being the curious person, Pop, what is it like? What's the first few minutes like? He said it's peaceful. It's beautiful. At that point, if there was anything left in me that feared death, it disappeared. It became no more of a conscious thought of worry or fear. Man wasn't in pain, laying there smiling. We talking. He's still cracking jokes. I remember one of the first things my pop said when he transitioned over. We're still in the hospital room. He said, "Man, it feels so damn good to get up out this damn bed." Hold on. I'm gonna give y'all a true story. Hold on. I gotta have it in my hand when I tell it, right? Hold on. Right. This is my pop's remains, right? In this here. All right. So one day, yeah, one day we sitting down. I mean, I'm sitting down at my desk. About 2 years before his transition, right? And I'm like, he want to go traveling. He want to hit the streets. He want to get out. And so we were doing all kind of stuff, right? So one day I'm at my desk and I'm like, Pops, hey man, we got to have that conversation, man. He said, what about the birds and the bees? I said, no, grandmama should already talk to you about that. I said, man, we got to have a talk about, okay, if something was to happen to you, I have to talk to him on his level. If something was to happen to you, how do you want your last wishes to be, if you will? He said, why you asking me that? I said, because it's time, I couldn't, find your insurance. You said you had insurance, but it's been difficult finding, so I had to make sure that we had some more for you, right? So I said, so let me say it to you like this, mate. I'm going through all these funeral homes and insurance plans and all of this here. I said, now if you pass today, because he had got to the point that he wasn't scared to die. That wasn't even. So I said, man, if you kicked out of here today, if you kicked the bucket today, um, and you have a funeral, this is the cheapest one right here. He said, let me see it. And I let him see it. He said, 13,000. I said, yeah, and that's not counting the food. 13,000. He said, man, when I leave from here, man, I don't know nothing about no, man, I could care less about what happened after I'm gone. I'm gone. He said, I'm not worried about. I said, now, that's that route. I said, but this other route is called cremation. You heard of cremation? He said, yeah. And so I'm showing him pictures. At the funeral home, you know how they had the pictures in the damn online on the website. And he's sitting there, he rocking the shit, he looking at it. This real shit, y'all. He rocking and he looking at it. He said, that's only 1,800. I said, yeah, that's 1,800. That's one. It's different prices. He said, man, fuck that, man. Put me in the job. He said, put me in the job. He said, how in the hell I'm gonna be dead and gone, and you got $13,000? He said, shit, man, put me in the job. He's acting. He said, two of my checks should cover that. So in the hospital room, I remember we having a conversation. I'm telling y'all the truth now. See, Pop still showed me shit that y'all can't see, or I couldn't even see. We're in the hospital room. He said, man, you got my job ready. He said, because I feel good over here. He said, I ain't worried about shit over there. He said, no, he said, shit, I'm out the damn bed now, man. I can help you. He said, I couldn't help you when I was in that goddamn bed, man. I'm so damn glad I'm out of that bed. He said, look, go get the job. I get in the car. The funeral home came to pick up the body. And he's standing, listen, I put this on everything, including him. He's standing beside me. He ain't in the bed. He said, look at that old Negro there. That joker gone still. He said, all right, man, look, we got a lot of shit to do. I promise you, I got receipts. There's only one person, my mother's brother, that was on the phone live with me during the whole process. And he'll tell you, we all three sitting up there laughing and joking. He see, I see. One of the first things my pops told me after his transition and I've left the hospital, he said, man, let your sisters know I'm okay. Because on the phone in the hospital, when I called my sister, you know how it is, y'all. Come on now. Daddy gone. She the firstborn, right? So he said, let me go by here and let Lois and Ann know I'm all right. And then I get back with you. He's astral traveling. The soul is astral traveling. I'm seeing this shit happen. I'm experiencing this happening in real time. I got the pictures, I got the videos, I got the receipts and the conversations. You can hear it. He got back with me. He said, they going to be all right. I said, okay. He said, Lois finna call you. I said, all right. Ring, my cell phone ring. It's Lois. She said, bruh, I'm so proud of you because I wouldn't have been able to do it. Let me tell y'all something, folks. For those of you who dare be there to enjoy such a transformation, this is part of your spiritual conscious evolution. If you want to know what the afterlife is like, if you want to know what the afterlife is like, be there with someone when they're transitioning into it with no fear, no worries, no concerns, no boo-hoo. No, that's a happy ass moment. How I know? Because the first thing he said was, man, I'm so glad I'm out this goddamn bed. I can help you now. Right. I said all that to say this. Me and Pops communicate. Me and Pops communicate daily. You know how when they used to go on the Apollo, for those that watch the Apollo, when they go on the stage over there in the corner, they go and they rub the rock, right? This is my daily, right? So I'm gonna ask Pops, hey man, what's up for today, man? What you see? He tell me, don't go here, don't go there. This fool over here, they still over here tripping over. Mad at you, holding grudge. He said, this family member here stay away mad as they put a piece of shit. Because he used to always talk about family. He said, man, look, the biggest devil, the worst problem I ever had was with family. He said, man, don't you ever forget that. And when he started telling me, showing me, this family member over here ain't worth shit, they into that bullshit. And that's how he talked. He still talks the same way. There was a person I dealt with years ago that he knew. He astral traveled. Said, man, look, don't ever deal with that witch no more. She a straight up witch. If she hit you, let me show you what you do. In my book, Ivory Soul's Journey, I'm sharing. Now I see why the book could not be released. I could have years ago until after Pop's transition because that was my receipts. And in that final chapter of the Soul's Journey, in that book, it's me and Pops. What I'm sharing with y'all now is part of that conversation in the book. But in the book, you get the whole thing with the pictures, all of that. Now, if you're able to see his aura, you evolve. You have the conscious eyesight that you can see things that are not there, that are there. Now, Pop said, okay, man, look, man. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't going to lie. The man used to love him some Trump. When I say he used to love him some Trump, he said we used to call Trump white nigga. I said, y'all used to call me. He from the Delta down in the country, as they say, down in the state. He said, yeah, man, back in the day, man, you saw Trump on TV, shit. We see him at his ass used to be on Soul Train. He used to hang with niggas. We used to call him white nigga. The basketball player, Jason Williams, they called him white chocolate. Paul Wall here, I don't know what they call him, but he comfortable in his skin. But now, at the same time, I'm just telling y'all, I said all of this, that to say this, folks. You're about to see some things. You're about to see some things that the effects on the mind is either going to be all out fear for some, all out shock, trauma for some, and then for others it's going to be all out refreshing. Because finally the soul will be began to be nurtured and sought after. You want to know things about who you are, talk to the soul. That's the source. Just y'all hear me say sometimes they say Bo knows. No, the soul knows. The soul knows the journey. It's been around. That's why you ain't gonna have no religion, folks. That's gonna tell you your soul die. They just tell y'all it's gonna either go to some place with fire or somewhere up in the sky where you got 1,000 virgins, or you got streets paved with gold. Everybody God, God's paradise is different. It ain't that ain't no it ain't that ain't it, y'all. That's fairy tale shit. That's simulation shit. That's programming shit. That's mind control. That you have the human brain. You have the human brain being told for hundreds of years that somebody's coming back to get them in the sky. They've been talking about the last days ever since it was written. All that, man. If you go and read Matthew, the 24th chapter, if you read it with a level of consciousness and open mindedness, you'll find out that everything that they said was going to happen has already happened. Even Jesus said it already happened. Even though he was not there when it was written, nor did he say it. Anyway, you're going to see some stuff, folks, in the sky that I can't wait for y'all to see. And that way, I ain't talking about 2 moons and 2 suns no more. I'm past that. I'm on some more shit. And when you start seeing other planets appear, and you look up to see them, different colors and shit, then y'all can come back and y'all gonna really fuck with me. Ain't that right, Pops? He said, man, they here too. All right. If there is interstellar crafts that defies human logic, laws of physics, and all of this shit, if there are interstellar objects out there, and if there are thousands and thousands of sightings every single day globally, at some point in time, you're going to start thinking, who am I having more problems with? Is it these damn aliens? Or is it these damn politicians, these religious leaders, and these damn governments and warmongers? And is it these people that, secret society? Is it, these social cliques? Oh, I'm an alpha, I'm a mega. That ain't you. You got more problems, folks. If these aliens was a threat, I'm not saying that they won't be in the future, but if these aliens are a threat, they've been knowing about these damn things as far as modern humanity for the past 74 years. So if they was a threat and y'all done shot them down, right? They done shot them down, took a couple of them hostage and killed a few. If they was a threat, They ain't got to pick up no cell phone. They ain't got to get on no goddamn computer to communicate back from where they came from. That's already been done. Now, are we being watched? Are we being analyzed by higher beings of intelligence? Absolutely. Are they planning something? Absolutely. Are they mad at these motherfuckers that shot down their aircraft and killed the people of a few of their beings? Got them held hostage, back engineering their technology? Absolutely. They're pissed. And the people that really afraid, NASA is in deep fear. You goddamn right. The Pentagon is worried. You goddamn right. They worried. Why? Because they telling you now in hearings publicly. We don't know what the fuck they are. The Air Force is like, they're fucking pilots or whatever the fuck driving these things. They're doing maneuvers that defies physics. Ain't shit we can do at them. We done shot at them. We done hit them several times. Our bombs and bullets bounce off. Now they giving dates again. October 29th to November the 29th, 3-Eye Atlas, now double the size of Manhattan, New York, will be coming from the other side of the sun, and we'll be able to see it again. Let that damn thing. Shit. Anyway, hold on. Can we have a little fun for a minute? I'm gonna have some fun, right? I like this shit. Y'all expecting tarot cards. Tarot card right now. What up, Pops? Pops still be chilling. Pops still be chilling. He get to sit in the sun. He still sit out in the sun, y'all, like he used to do. Hold on. He like sitting in the sun. I'm gonna show y'all something. This gonna be something kind of funny though. All right. See, the people that's afraid, NASA, politicians, Pentagon, militaries all over the world, they scared. You know why? Because they know their ass is not the dominant beings no more. We got the greatest military in the world, but you ain't got the greatest military in the fucking universe, fool. We're the superpower military, but you ain't universally, fool. Now act the fuck up and get out of line. Drop it. You see they ain't drop no more nukes? Drop a nuke. I dare you. They know all your nuke shit is. They gonna blow all that shit up. I ain't worried about no damn nuclear war. They gonna get rid of these crazy motherfuckers. Hold on. So you got the sun. I'm gonna try to do the best I can. Hold on. We gonna have a little fun here. Fuck. Okay, so there go your sun. Now 3-Eye Atlas code name means third eye Anunnaki. Y'all don't even believe me. Now y'all think I care? Nope. All right. If your Bible God can tell you, if your Bible God said that God can speak through a donkey, with the prophet Balak. Surely my ancestors in the universe can talk to me. Somebody that's sitting up here just chilling. If they can talk to a damn donkey, if they can talk to a damn ass, they can talk to me. All right, so we got the sun here. Now watch this here. Back in July 25, back in July 25, somebody accidentally saw something flying through space. And they just was lucky enough to where they had their cameras or telescopes or whatever position, they caught it. Right? That's July. August, about a month ago rather, well, I put it on the outside. August, September, it went from over here, outside our Kuiper belt. Now it's approaching Mars. So close that something happened. It spewed out whatever. It spewed out its weapon, or it spewed out some shit. Mars. Listen to me good now. I'm finna tell y'all what I see and what I've been talking about for years. So now they talking about, Mars, 3-eye Atlas. Because see, here on Mars, they got rovers and telescopes orbiting Mars. They can see this damn thing. Okay? So that's the August, September. Now this thing went behind the sun. Now this thing went behind the sun. And they can't see on the back side of it. It ain't no comet. It ain't no asteroid. It ain't no meteorite. And it's intelligently maneuvering itself. So it's behind the sun right now. And they scared as shit. They don't know where it came from. They don't know where it's going. Keep up with my time. They don't know where it came from. They don't know where it's going. But I just want y'all to keep y'all eyes in the sky. Hold on. So, around the 29th, next week, go check out the constellation of Venus. So the 29th, it's going to make its approach, if it hasn't already, towards Venus. And then after that, the 29th, November, it's going to come in its closest approach to Jupiter, if not already. I say that because they're going to be like, oh, no, misinformation. We got to flag you for that, Ivory. You're supposed to be flipping cards and talking about tarot and Waldo. Mm-hmm. So then this thing in December. This joker gonna come back from around the backside of the sun. Third eye and knock it. Now listen to me. You ain't got to believe nothing that I'm saying. This for entertainment. What they are afraid of is this. They're so afraid because, number one, when you got enemies on this planet and in the cosmos, you watching over your back. And when this thing in December, let me tell y'all something before December. When Third Eye Anunnaki came close to Mars, NASA, America, Russia, China, everybody that's got shit up there that can see, saw it close up. What did they do after that, America? They scared. So what did they do? They shut down this goddamn government. It ain't because of no damn health care, no goddamn food stamps. It ain't because of Chuck Schumer. It ain't because of Donald Trump. It ain't because of none of their asses. Now NASA's saying that because the government is shut down, you fool y'all scientists, not politicians. We ain't stupid. So NASA gonna say, we got to sit on these pictures until they open back up the government so we can go back to work. Nah, something out there like that. You think them goddamn scientists ain't doing shit? The motherfuckers working overtime. And they scared. Now, if the thing, if Third Eye Anunnaki do this, hold on, y'all. Man, I love this shit. If it do this and go that way, they happy, but they worried. Everybody happy. Put my little smiley face there. When they able to see this thing again, if this thing does this, boom, and shoots back out into space, but don't get caught up into our orbit, they happy, but they still worried. Because why? What the fuck was that? This damn thing was shooting out shit at the sun. The sun shot out some shit back to it, and it gave it a burst of energy. It kept on going, and instead of destroying it or having it as a long ass tail, whatever. This thing shot shit at towards the sun. They hope, they are happy if this damn thing going on back where the fuck it came from. That's what they hope. Now, but they can't see it right now. But if this damn thing come back from the other side of the sun and do this, when they see it again, if that thing comes back from the other side of the sun and do this is two things gonna happen. It is now caught up into our orbited with other planets. And it's gonna have an effect on the energy, folks, if nothing else. If it get caught up in our orbit. If this thing heads close to Earth, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, If this thing can spew out shit at the sun and the sun does not stop it, traveling about 150,000 miles an hour, to whereas most come is 45, 50,000, somewhere around in their tops. It's at 150. If it comes this way, whether it's just caught up in our orbit, not only you gonna see another moon like you see it, you're gonna see some more planets. That's just like Christopher Columbus, they say, coming across the Atlantic. He discovered America. What did he do? Him and his folks, what did they do after they discovered it? They came and did what? They took over, they spied out our land, and then they took over some shit, right? Well, guess what? Somebody was watching them do this shit. That was connected to these beings. I ain't bullshit. Anyway, so just like this thing, it's to come out and spied out, oh, there's a planet over there. Hey, E.T., they calculate. Isn't that the same damn planet that shot down one of our family members, some of our family folk? Yeah, that's them. You sure, E.T.? Yeah. Let's pay him a visit. Let's show him who the fuck we are. And park that big ass damn thing, whatever it is, in your sky, just to let you see. You can shoot at this motherfucker. You can throw rocks at it. You can throw bricks at it. You can pull out your 9mm. You can do whatever you want to do. You can shoot your nukes. You ain't doing nothing pissing them off. Now that's way out there for some of y'all to even consciously even think. All I know is not just this thing out there. There's shit that we've already seen. There's shit that I have seen with the naked eye that lets me know that they done pissed off wrong people. They done pissed off the wrong beings. That's all I can think of. And it is not just 3i. We been motherships have. Why you think they did the movie Independence Day? 50% of that shit they show you on them screens, them TV screens, is true. It ain't gonna be no cowboys and no heroes. You're not gonna fly an aircraft loaded with nukes into this and it destroyed. How I know? The sun didn't have no effect on it. Negative. It strengthened it. It's like it fueled up when it got to the sun. And they still won't put out no photos. They want to make sure that they got, let me give y'all some foresight. Your government, your military, your scientists, just like with the outbreak, the epidemic, the bullshit in 2020, they want to get a grab over what is to be fed to you. They're making plans behind the scenes. So how do we let the public know if there's a threat? How's we gonna do this? How's we gonna spend this shit, boys? And they're gonna come out with some bullshit. They're not gonna open this government back up until they got a plan about how they gonna deal with this. I bullshit you not. They can distract y'all with Trump, King's Day, sombreros. They can, football, sports, basketball, movies, online, TikTok. They can distract y'all with all that bullshit because y'all won't unplug from the damn matrix. You won't unplug from the program. So you ain't gonna see shit until it happens. And then you're gonna be one, fear, would prefer to be dead, or shock and awe, or like me, refreshed. Here we go. Finally, we got somebody that's gonna whoop ass and take name for the little people. All I got to do is sit back, drink my. Hey, if I transition, I'm good. Ain't that right, Pop? Pop said, "You damn skipping." Pop, you ain't scared up there. You ain't scared where we at. No, you ain't scared. Pop, go up there and let me know what's up there. Let me see what's going on. Holler back at your boy. But on a serious note, your military has technology because they back engineered a lot of this shit. And um, with AI holographic technology, they can actually do a big old sky show in the sky, and that shit gonna look real. But it ain't the real deal. Just so they can tell y'all some bullshit like, okay, we got an alien invasion, so we're gonna be in martial law, lockdown, curfew. You can't go out. They're gonna be shooting that shit that ain't even there with blank bombs and bullets. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, but they're not gonna tell you the truth. And if these beings that's in these interstellar objects, you'll know when it's real. The mind will know when it's real. Y'all gonna be seeing in the sky. You're gonna be thinking that Jesus Christ is coming back to get you. But you're gonna be just like them folks in that forest or in the park or wherever the fuck they was in South Africa. The rapture supposed to took place. Everybody, but ain't nobody going up. So y'all gonna see it again in the sky. You're gonna look up. There's gonna be a big old Hollywood AI show. People are gonna be crying, Jesus back, but your ass ain't going up in the sky. Now he coming back, you're supposed to be caught up. All right now, y'all leave me alone now, I'm trying to tell you. You will see an alien in the sky before you see Jesus in the sky. How I know? You've already seen one. You've seen several. They showing them to you. Again, folks, you will see an alien in the sky before you see Jesus. Y'all don't believe me, do you? Expect some crazy ass weather. Don't be afraid about the past, whether it's your past mistakes, people from your past. Don't even think and worry about that, folks. Let that be the least of your worries and your concern, because everything is reappearing, even from a conscious standpoint. Shit that we haven't believed, or shit that we haven't been consciously aware of for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we're about to become consciously aware of. Because why? A cast, a spell has been casted over people's minds for centuries now, a few thousand years. It's called religion and politics. It's called history. History books. I don't even fucking read them no more because it's bullshit. Don't worry about reparations. You're going to get your shit back. You're going to get your state of consciousness back. Thereby, you can manifest anything you want in this physical reality. So that means you don't have your land. If the planet is still here. Now, by 2030, if you leave it up to mankind, by 2030, their agenda is 1/3 of the planet, one way or another. Sickness, disease, wars, natural disasters, famines, they don't give a damn. 1/3 of the planet they want out of here. When the more you're gonna see more and more of your food online that you eat every day that's tainted, be it with chemicals, pesticides, or whatever, shit that will fuck up your state of consciousness, alter your state of consciousness. Thereby, they don't want you to evolve consciously. Because if you did, you're going to see they bullshit. You're going to see straight through the damn illusion. I promise you. I don't give a damn if it's your government, religion, people doing spell work. I don't worry about all that shit, y'all. That's the least of my worry. Ain't that right, Pop? We don't worry about this shit around here. Pop said, man, look, man, go get you some office space. So you can go on and take this to the next level. It's some shit that I got going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't dare tell nobody right now. What I will tell you is, you about to see some shit in the sky. You about to see a world leader killed again. Somebody very prominent on the global stage. They finna take them out. Now, I ain't gonna just keep telling y'all this here, then y'all like, well, you said that once before. It happened. Okay, well, this time around it's gonna be different. Y'all want something dramatic and worse, right? Is it Trump? Is it Trump? Is it Trump? Trump might outlive all y'all motherfuckers. I'm not talking to y'all and calling y'all a MF. I'm talking about these fools. Trump might be president again. Then what? What you can't do shit. What you gonna do? You can't do shit. They all working together. Let them not. Let them. Let. All right. Let them just mess with you. See, y'all worried about food stamps. Y'all worried about health care. Y'all worried about LDGBQB, AFK. And y'all worried about all this here kind of shit. You need to be worried about what the fuck going on in your head. What's going on in the sky. What's going on with your water. What's going on with your food. That's what you need to be thinking about. Give a damn about no goddamn EBT. Give a damn about no damn Obamacare being expired. Give a damn about none of that shit. What the fuck was human beings doing before EBT? They was healthier. What the fuck were they doing before all these vaccines and vaccination, and kids got to be vaccinated 100 goddamn times before they're 18 years old. And then they still die with cancer and still die younger. Don't nobody want that shit. Now, world leader finna be out of here. When? If you don't tell us when, well, I ain't telling you shit. World leader is gone. You heard it here first. It ain't on the news. It'll be breaking news, but it ain't on the news yet. Okay? Out in a desert, remote area, soon you will find real, not remnants, not remains, you will find civilizations of giants. Soon. No, I ain't talking about bones and no, 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 no. You're gonna find out. You're gonna see some giants. They're gonna show this shit to you. Why? I already told you. It's the universe is forcing. The universe, spirit, God, so it's forcing conscious reality, awakening. The virgin story is so old, way before Mary and Jesus and Mary's grandmother. That's the thing about religion. Religion will let you go back so far. That's it. Your soul is older than you. Your soul is older than Mary and Jesus. Your soul is older than Adam. I said your soul. So how in the hell is an Adam and Eve story 6,000 some years ago, and my soul spans so many different lifetimes, so old and ancient? Your soul don't give a damn about no Mary and Jesus. Your soul don't give a damn about Bible. Your soul wants you to be focused on your contribution that you signed a contract to reincarnate to get some shit right. Because in the past, in your past lifetime, you was a Baptist, for example. Then when you transition, you realize ain't no such thing as a Baptist. That anything such thing as a Baptist? He lied. There ain't no such thing as a Baptist. Your soul don't know nothing about no Baptist. I'm sorry. Your soul don't know nothing about no Islam. Your soul don't. It only knows what you put in it, what you present to it. It don't. The soul will reject some shit. But in your mind, you still believing. That's why you all messed up. The soul, like, I ain't got shit to do with that shit. I don't know nothing about no damn devil in the ground. And if I did know, I don't care about this shit. I don't even give it up. Your soul don't even give it a thought. Anyway, folks, let me get out of here. I got to go serve some food. Listen, folks, this is it. There's about to be this huge, 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 huge global conscious awakening. This is the pouring out, quote unquote, of the universe, not some God up in the sky, some dude with a jar. He's just gonna pour out his spirit upon all flesh. No. People gonna experience and see some shit. Hear some shit. And it's gonna force you to say, do I still believe the lie, the bullshit? Do I still want to hold on to this fail, or do I want to let it roll? I'm telling you, that's it. Conscious evolution. Y'all call it the awakening. Any way you want to call it, any way you want to wrap it up. This is where we headed. And they're not going, and the people that's been hiding the truth for centuries and thousands, a few thousand years, they can't hide it no more. It's in plain sight. Now they got to use another method to control the masses. They'll do that shit with fear mongering and wars and lockdowns and outbreaks, anything they can do to control us, control the narrative. They do not want you to see reality. They do not want you to know the truth, because one day when you realize ain't nobody coming back in the sky to get you, one day when you realize I'm not going to no paradise and I got 1,000 virgins waiting on me if I'm a Muslim, once you realize that all this here, my religion is the one, your religion, all my religion is the one, no, my God bigger than yours. Once all that shit is out of your consciousness, that's when the awakening starts. That's when the awakening starts. Once the mind, once the planet realize, okay, y'all, and they tell y'all publicly, okay, y'all, there's some truth to the Jesus story, but this version, because you got to realize these are versions, but the version in which humanity believes in, it didn't happen like that. And when people start saying, so you mean to tell me y'all lied about Jesus? You mean to tell me y'all lied about Muhammad? So what else did y'all lie about? If y'all lie about Jesus and Muhammad, y'all lie about any motherfucking thing. That's when you're gonna have a global evolution revolution. You gonna, man, January 6th ain't shit. Your Cash App PayPal is there. Thanks for your support. January 6th ain't gonna shit. They stormed the White House. That ain't gonna be shit. When you see people globally, and in this country, people that look like me, look like you, people that are white, as y'all call them, black, Asian, Hispanic, when the mind is liberated, when the mind is free, everything else is free. The body, everything. The thoughts, everything. The hat, everything. You're free. I've seen dogs, and I'm out here. I've seen dogs tied up for years in the backyard. Getting food and water whenever they want to. And that dog breaks free or get off of that chain and run. And then the owner don't never see that dog no more. That's how humans gonna be. I don't mean to say humans are like dogs, but that's how people gonna be. You're gonna run away from religion and you're gonna never look back. You're gonna never go back. This is their greatest fear. This is what these evil beasts fear more than anything else. It's because once you find out, for example, that there is nobody coming back to get you, that's when he's gonna hit you. Everything else is a lie. I'm telling you the truth now. I was told by somebody years ago, you don't have to research the truth. You don't have to research reality. You don't have to fact check the truth and reality. You don't. You, if you believe in a God, you should be able to, you should be able to prove that existence of that God without a book. But now, if you say, if I go by that book and say, okay, God of the Bible put the sun up there, I'm like, okay, so what about the God of Islam? They said the same thing. Now you got to prove it. I know for a fact that the way that the universe is designed, that sun and them planets and them stars, they are there, they been there. Your mind can't comprehend who put it there. You can call it somebody. Okay, scientifically, if you can prove it, I'll go with that. But from a religious standpoint, proving it, you won't. You ain't lost me. I just don't roll with that no more. You cannot prove which God put the sun up there. I promise you. Now go try it. All I know is that sun gives you life. Without that sun, this planet in 72 hours freezes over and becomes an ice zone. No more life, living organs, none of this biology exists. You, me, plants, nothing exists if that sun is not there for 3 days. Why they don't tell you that in the Bible? Why they don't tell you that in the Quran? Why they don't tell? Because they want you to keep focused on who's God. Put that sun there. Because why? That's the life source. Now we're about to see and experience, I call it spiritual turbulence. And shit's about to get rocket with everybody's energy. Those of us who are strong and who are aware, consciously aware of what's going on, you'll survive. You're going to have a lot of people, folks, between now and 2030. They're not going to be able to deal with what the planet is getting ready to be faced with, if you will. All right, y'all. It's almost 2 o'clock. You got to go serve some food. We'll see y'all in the next video. We'll pick back up on these zodiac signs. But every hour, you offline. Turn your devices off. Unplug them. Put the cameras in a box. The phone devices, the whatever. I do that shit every day. Put it in a box. Stay off of them. You get 360 hours of continual mind analyzing, creating, dissecting. 360 hours. Every hour you offer this damn thing. That's why I can't come and do 12 zodiacs. So it's not so much the zodiac. I can't come and be here 12. times a day. I can't. I'd rather come here and be here for an hour or two and be gone. Because you got to unplug. I'm telling you. It's too much psychological influence on AI. I call social media artificial. It's telling you artificial. It ain't real. Artificial intelligence. So that's what's gonna run the world, huh? AI. Artificial. It's fake. Fakeness is gonna run the world. Man. See y'all next video. Peace.